Welcome all. Today in this video we will discuss about two literary devices or figure of speech known as irony and sarcasm. At first we will discuss them separately and then I will show you what is the difference between irony and sarcasm. First we will start with irony. The word irony comes from Greek iron, which means a dissembler. Dissembler means what? Dissembler means who take disguise or conceals something. In Greek comedy, the character called the Aaron was a dissembler who pretended to be less intelligent than he was. Irony is a figure of speech in which the writer or speaker uses a word or words. The natural or the literal meaning of which is just the opposite of what he intends to express. Now, if I give you examples, then it will be easier for you to understand. First example, a very fine friend, you were to forsake me in my trouble. Here, the word fine friend actually means insincere friend. A man who leaves his friend in a difficult situation cannot be a friend at all. Second example, the brotherly love of our enlarging Christianity is proved by the multiplication of murder. Here, the word brotherly love actually means the hatred, and the multiplication of murder is not conducive to brotherly love. Rather, it suggests hatred, the very opposite of love. Now, we will learn that there are three types of irony. One is verbal irony, the second one is situational irony, and there is also dramatic irony. We will start with verbal irony. Verbal irony means what? It is a contrast between what is said and what is actually meant. For example, when it is a dark, gloomy, rainy day and someone says, "Wow, what a gorgeous day." Or after your major operation, if someone asks you, "Was it painful?" and if you answer, "No, it's not painful," then you are telling something in a tone of verbal irony. Now next we will start with situational irony. So what is situational irony? Situational irony occurs when the exact opposite of what is meant to happen happens. It involves a discrepancy between what is expected to happen and what actually happens. For example, when someone buys a gun to protect themselves, but the same gun is used by another individual to injure him. The expectation was the gun would keep him safe, but it actually caused him injury. There is a difference between situational irony and bad luck. For this irony to occur, there has to be something that leads the person to think that a particular event or situation is unlikely to happen. Now next, what is dramatic irony? Dramatic irony when an audience knows or comes to realize something that a character in the literature does not know. Or you can say when the audience knows something a character doesn't. For example, of dramatic irony would be when King Oedipus, who has unknowingly killed his father, says that he will banish his father's killer when he finds him. Now, to discuss dramatic irony in details, I will take the help from one of the popular play, that is Twelfth Night. I hope many of you know the story of Twelfth Night. So, what happened in Twelfth Night? In Twelfth Night, when Duke Orsino sends Viola or Cesario as a messenger to Olivia to convey his message of love, Viola utters, "Whoever I owe, myself would be his wife." This is an example of verbal irony, as Viola points to the fact of disguise and deception which the other characters are unaware of, but the spectators are well aware of. The dramatic irony is used by the playwright to shock the audience and make the dramatic appeal more effective. It has lost its popularity in the modern stage because in this modern plays the emphasis is laid on society and not on individual. Okay, so remember there are three types of irony: verbal irony, situational irony, and dramatic irony. Now next come to sarcasm. What is sarcasm? Sarcasm is a form of humor that uses sharp cutting remarks intended to mock or ridicule others. For example, when you made the most silly mistake ever, your friend says to you, "Good job." So, this is sarcasm, and sometimes we confuse it with irony. So, here we will start to show you the difference between irony and sarcasm. Irony when the opposite outcome of what you expect happens, but sarcasm it is witty mockery. There are some differences between irony and sarcasm. Unlike irony, sarcasm expresses directly what is intended by the speaker. By this figure of speech, an attack exposing the follies or the weakness of a person or thing is made in a direct manner so as to excite contempt or ridicule. For example, his but is worse than his bite. Here, it is sarcastically pointed out that the man is bad-tempered, though he is not dangerous. Now, sarcasm versus verbal irony. The terms sarcasm and irony are often used interchangeably, but there is a semantic difference. Sarcasm is meant to insult or cause harm. For example, "Great, I forgot my umbrella" is irony, but when you say, "You call this a cup of coffee," it is sarcastic. Now, what's the difference? That irony should not be confused with sarcasm. Irony is a statement in which the meaning intended by the speaker or writer differs from that which he apparently asserts. That is to say, the implicit meaning of the word he uses in irony is just the opposite to their literal or ordinary meaning. Sarcasm, on the other hand, consists in making damaging remarks about some persons or things directly in such a way as to excite contempt or ridicule. Here, while irony is a friendly device which gives pleasure or relief, sarcasm requires a victim to inflict on him the pain. Irony as figure of speech is the most popular figure of speech in English, while sarcasm is denied because it is not the weapon of a civilized man. So I hope you have enjoyed this video. We will meet in the next video.